Hello and welcome to Programming with Adam, and in this video we will continue looking at LeetCode questions. So the next one is implement a string. So what does it do? So we have return the index of the first occurrences of a needle in a haystack. So hello, haystack is hello and the needle is LL. So you see the first occurrences happens exactly the third and fourth letter, which is then index and that starts at index 2. Okay, so I just wrote here some code that doesn't do anything. So as you can see, if I just right now, if I evaluate this, it will just tell me the length of haystack. So how do we do this? Well, there is in fact a method called find. So we could simply do that. So we could say haystack find, and then we could simply find the needle. We could run that. See, and we already got 2. So that's basically it. However, I will just kind of run through how it does that. So basically, we're looking at for loop. So for index. So we're starting with maybe for index of haystack. So appropriate, right? So you're looking at all the haystack indices in appropriate range. Right, some range, and then for index in the needle in appropriate range. Well, so that would be basically 0. That would basically just be length of needle, because you have to check all of them. If needle, so if the entry of needle at the ith entry, yeah, so if when do we break? If we break from that, so we'll be going all the way out here. So break means no match. No match. So return -1. That's how it's supposed to be done. Okay, so when do we break? That's the question. So we break fully if the entry of needle let's go with I is different from the haystack entry. Right, so it's not I, but we have to adjust for the hash index like that. And if it is, yeah, so that's basically it. Okay, so there's one important detail here. If we actually go through all of that and it never breaks, right, then we have actually found the index. So return index haystack. Okay, so let's try to run that. Range, yeah, okay, so range I didn't specify. Well, so we have to certainly start from from 0, but for how long? Because we are not taking here the length of haystack, right? We have to make it shorter. So because we don't have to look through all the final entries, so I think we subtract length of and maybe add +1. Okay. So that was wrong and that one is wrong. Okay, so now it works. So that's roughly the idea. Just to remind you, remember range is always goes from 0 to yeah. So like until the length. Yeah, just trying to explain why there is a +1 here, right? And this is because if we want to go for index from 0 to 4, we are calling range 5. Okay, that's basically exactly it. Okay, and as you see, this was running, so we will just take that, copy that into the challenge. And then tab our way. Haystack. Let's run the code. Seems to be working. And let's submit. Oh, there was a mistake. If there's an empty string, it should expect a 0. So I guess at this point, we went through, yeah, so from range, yeah, so this will be in range -1, right? So it will never go into this for loop. So I guess is if stack equals to empty, return return 0. No, wait a second. This should be from range. Okay, I'm just thinking about it for a second here. So it does go into here. Print high. So if it's empty and empty, no, it never goes into the. It never goes into here, but it doesn't enter the length of I. Okay. So I guess if, yeah, so we have to make some small adjustment here. So if needle Where's the empty? Turn 0. So we've got a 0. So let's just add that code. Oh. So I never run code. Submit. Output 1. What is going on here? So it's already saying that this one is a match. Is the else? The else should be in the for loop. There is no else. Maybe like that. Zero. So what is this one? Print. Okay, now we're getting 4. So because so here is if you are basically if you go through all of them and you don't leave the for loop, then it's a match. So this is else is match. But you have to go through all of them first, right? Yeah, so this else is like if it didn't find a break, right? So you can for else here as an example, right? didn't find any break. So that's how it works. So the else should be with the right, and then we run code, and then we submit again. Okay, submit again. Okay, so it looks like this is not the fastest way to do it. So I will actually just try to just simply take this one and see how that one performs. Okay, so I think I will simply leave it at that and be happy with that. So, okay, I had another run and just managed to get it to run in 20 milliseconds. So I did get a 99% better than others. So I think with that, I'm happy. So I do think that it's what I wrote myself is actually very similar. So, but now let's just leave it as it is.